These are the most viral science videos ever. This teacher has a fun way of demonstrating static electricity to his students using a Van de Graaff generator.
They are ready, and you can tell by the hair. We've got hair sticking straight up on just about anybody. Frankie, whenever you are ready, man.
This is the same material that space shuttles are made of. Even though it is burning red hot, it can safely be touched and picked up within seconds.
Now these have been in here at 2200 degrees for hours. So you'll see they're blazing hot. If you put it in metal, it may, if the metal did not melt, at least it would conduct the heat and keep the heat for so long that you couldn't get near it, well, within hours. Well, look at that. I mean, you can take this off. It dissipates the heat.
Here's an X-ray of a dog eating food. Here's a great example of how your immune system is always fighting to keep you alive. You can see how these white blood cells suddenly swarm and attack this parasite. Here's what it looks like when sweat develops on a human finger. If you rub your eyes during an MRI, this is what it looks like.
Okay, ruler on the table. You drop something on it, it's gonna fall. But if you put an ordinary piece of paper onto the ruler like that, and then you drop something on it,
this is what it looks like to put your hand in hot ice. It's a mixture of baking soda, vinegar, and water. Please do not try this at home, as the water can get very, very warm. This teacher has a really cool demonstration on the effects of liquid methane. This science museum was trying to show off a liquid hydrogen experiment. This company invented a spray that creates a hydrophobic coating, so anything that is a liquid just slides right off. You can make a leaf move on water by using soap. The soap lowers the surface tension of the water, which makes it harder for the water to stick to the leaf, which causes it to move around. This is what happens when you shake and open a can of soda whilst 15 meters underwater.
Cola carbonated beverage here at 2.5 atmospheres, somewhere deep below the sea. This you should never try at home, shaking up your Coke, because you know what's bound to happen when you take your Coke and you open it up and it sprays all over the room. Didn't happen. Look at that.
This company developed a fabric that has the ability to repair itself. This is a single-cell organism, and it's about to die. When it dies, it doesn't stop moving, but instead falls apart into little pieces. If you take a regular soda can and put it in hydrochloric acid, you'll discover a secret beneath the aluminum. The reason why your drink doesn't taste like metal is because there's a thin layer of plastic. This plastic is extremely fragile and will break when touched. If you take water and pour it into a glass, it will reverse the image of whatever's behind it. This spray has the ability to form a solid, flexible bond to keep this stack of blocks together. Even when the blocks start to break, the wall remains strong and sturdy. NASA created this huge facility to test out their rocket engines. Every time they conduct a test, an enormous amount of hydrogen and oxygen gets mixed together. As a result, these engines are basically pumping water vapor into the atmosphere. After about an hour, this water vapor will eventually fall back down as rain. This company created a type of material that can bend light to make the object behind it disappear. This teacher has a really cool demonstration on how different chemicals can affect fire.
左边呢，这是我。算可爱吧？我再来下一个。这是那，你再来一个。这是啥？
The Andromeda Galaxy is on course to crash directly into the Milky Way galaxy. Don't worry though, there's still 4 billion years until this will happen. So apparently scientists can now summon lightning. What you're looking at right now is water freezing, melting, and boiling at the same time. This is called triple point, and every known element can go through this process. The sun will sometimes have eruptive events called a corona that creates a loop of fire larger than Earth. This particular video is a time-lapse of an event that lasted over 21 hours.
Just like before, we're going to cover it up, turn it over.
Oh no.
And again, where's the air pressure?
Upwards.
Pushing upwards in all directions, but pushing upwards to hold the liquid in, right?
Yes.
And if I take this off, what should
Still
happen?
pushing upwards.
The water.
Should come out, but
That's not fair.
Witchcraft. What is this? John, no, Gabby move, Jonathan move. Yeah, okay.
move for a second.
Ben, he's taking a.
That's not okay.
And why is it?
This is called mitosis, which is when a cell splits into two identical cells, and this is what's happening in your body right now. This is Polaris, which is also called the North Star. What makes this star so special is that it hardly moves in the night sky. The North Star is positioned almost directly above the Earth's northern axis and as a result stays still while the other stars move. This is what snowflakes look like when they form under a microscope. scientists found a beetle that can survive even after being eaten. After the frog swallows it, the beetle is able to walk through the digestive system and emerge unharmed from the other end. This is actual time-lapse footage of a sunset on Mars. The atmosphere on Mars makes sunsets blue instead of red like on Earth. A photographer wanted to see what pills look like when they dissolve in our stomach. This person had their curtains closed and noticed that they created something called a camera obscura. The cars outside driving on the road are being projected onto the ceiling. Molecular engineers in Australia were able to replicate a woolly mammoth DNA sequence. They were able to use this to create a completely lab-grown meatball of mammoth meat. Here's a cool demonstration of a magnet's magnetic field. Here's what the inside of a duck egg looks like while growing. In 2011, NASA launched the Juno probe to help scientists learn more about Jupiter. It took the probe just under 5 years to complete the 500 million mile journey and sent back this amazing time-lapse of the planet's surface. These scientists were experimenting putting a glove in a vacuum and were pretty shocked by the results. Scientists wanted to study how someone with ADHD behaved when watching two very different subjects. By putting a leaf underwater and looking under a microscope, you can see the oxygen bubbles being released. This is how much gas a typical car uses while driving. And this is how much extra gas that same car uses when you absolutely floor it. This is what happens at a microscopic level when you give salt water to a plant that drinks fresh water. The salt water causes the individual cells to lose fresh water and the cells shrink. Back in 2020, NASA's Curiosity rover captured a dust devil that had formed on the surface of Mars. This is how much sun damage can affect your skin. So I found this video of a cool fish with a see-through transparent head. I kinda got weirded out once I learned that these are not their eyes. These are their eyes, which they use to look for food. A scientist opened up a can of tuna and put the meat under a microscope. They found that there was microscopic plastic inside of the fish. The plastic that we produce is polluting the ocean, which results in the fish consuming the plastic.
Let me show you why you can't measure the size of the sun based on taking a picture or video unless you're using a proper filter. There's the sun. That's how big it is. Looks a lot bigger until you put a filter on it.
In case you didn't know, the puffballs that come from dandelions are hydrophobic. You can dunk them in water and they will still be super fluffy. It will take forever to inflate this bag by blowing into it, but it is possible to inflate an entire bag in one breath by using something called Bernoulli's principle.
But we're not going to put our mouth right on the bag. And what happens there is as we blow in, surrounding air is pulled in as well. One big breath.
This person created a breathing machine to show what smoking cigarettes does to the inside of your lungs. In 2021, NASA released this amazing 360-degree photograph of nighttime on Mars. Here's a demonstration showing how easy it is to power an LED light bulb compared to an incandescent or fluorescent. This incredible footage shows the surface of the sun. Those shifting patterns are gigantic convection cells carrying heat from deep inside the star. The area you're looking at is 12 times the size of Earth. Here's what you get when you crash a modern car into one from the 1950s. You can really see how far we've come to make cars safer for driving. This photographer from NASA took thousands of individual photographs of Earth to create this high-quality time-lapse video. This is called linear friction welding. It's a way to weld pieces of metal by pushing and rubbing them together.
Linear friction welding is ideal for joining blades to discs in turbine manufacture. They're called blisks. And these are some images of welds made on the new Linfrick machine here at Abington.
This is called a derma clip, which helps heal wounds without using any stitches. This isn't a computer animation. This is a ferrofluid clock that uses magnets to move fluid around and tell time. These scientists put tracking devices on wolves from different packs to see what their territories would look like. This company developed a device that can pick up different types of sauces, such as ketchup and mustard, without changing its shape. In case you didn't know, Saturn is losing its rings, so in about 150 million years, Saturn will look like this. In case you didn't know, we have a lot of junk floating around Earth. The red dots are satellites, the blue dots are rocket bodies, and the gray dots are miscellaneous space debris. It's estimated that there are over 500,000 pieces of space junk floating near Earth. Almost every piece of debris is traveling at speeds of over 17,000 miles per hour. The debris is usually created from a rocket launch or satellites crashing into each other. Astronauts that live in the International Space Station frequently need to take maneuvers to avoid crashing into space debris. Betelgeuse is a nearby star in the night sky that's so big that it would swallow our entire solar system. In a few thousand years, Betelgeuse is expected to explode into a supernova. The explosion will be so bright and large that it would look like this in our sky during both day and night. Scientists have discovered how to eat the meat from a living cow without hurting it. What they do is harmlessly extract a small amount of cells from the cow. Those cells are then taken to a lab where they are grown into large pieces of muscle. Within 3 weeks, you have an actual piece of meat from a cow that is still alive, happy, and healthy. This microscopic organism is able to stretch out its neck really long and then swallow this other organism in one giant bite. This YouTuber made the most expensive carbonated water ever. He took diamonds and burned them until they created carbon dioxide. He then took that carbon dioxide and created carbonated water.
At over $1,000 for this bottle though, not even counting labor, I still wasn't sure if it was actually worth all the work and money. Tastes, exactly like soda water.
Over 30 years ago, a large comet slammed into Jupiter. The impact had the same force as over 5 billion atomic bombs. I found an incredible video showing a microscopic view of what happens to germs when you use soap. The soap destroys the cell's membrane, causing it to fall apart. This is a hatchling elegant pit viper, and you can actually see its heart beating inside its skin. If you take a piece of tape and put it on your face and then look at it under a microscope, you'll see something pretty interesting. These are face mites, and they are living on your face right now. They spend their lives living in the pores of your skin. Try not to freak out, as there's basically nothing you can do to get rid of them. A few years ago, a space probe landed on a comet and briefly captured these images. One of my subscribers made a mini tornado in their living room. They used a smoke machine to make the smoke and then turned their ceiling fan in reverse to create the tornado. This is the decellularization process of a spinach leaf. Scientists are removing the cells from this leaf so that all that remains is the scaffold. The next step would be to fill the leaf with cells of a different organism. Scientists believe it will soon be possible to grow anything from animal meat to a human heart using this method. If you own pottery that was made before the 1970s, there's a good chance that it's radioactive. Many plates and cups that were made in the United States were painted with a glaze that was made of uranium. Here you can see the radioactive particles moving off this piece of pottery. Here's a time-lapse video over the span of 20 years showing how these stars are orbiting around a black hole. This YouTuber wanted to see if you could cook meat by slapping it.
And we're off! Yes, we have an increase in temperature, 9 degrees C. Let's go! Yo! 60 degrees! 60 degrees! We got this! Yes! The steak is done! It's cooked! Past that, it actually tastes pretty good! I can't believe it!
Here's an extreme close-up of what your blood looks like. This person captured a video of rocket debris flying across the sky. A scientist put some pieces of glass next to some sticky tape to see what these ants would do. Turns out these ants are smart enough to use the pieces of glass to create a bridge over the tape. What you're looking at right now is the spinal cord of a baby fish still inside their embryo. This is a close-up time-lapse video showing how the nervous system of a fish grows inside of the egg. This YouTuber wanted to see if he could play video games on his calculator while having it be powered entirely by potatoes.
No batteries, only wires. The wires plug into these. Right back into the action. Okay. I can't believe it. This is Doom running on potatoes.
A molecular biologist created these worms that can digest plastic. Scientists in Japan have created the world's smallest chariots, which are powered by microscopic algae. This person created his own plasma bottle launcher using propane gas. There's a cool mushroom in Tasmania that glows in the dark. This is called a trapjaw ant. They have a unique ability to use their mandibles to launch themselves out of danger. This ant fell into a sandpit and was going to be eaten by a predator, but was able to launch itself to safety. Thanks so much for watching. Just a heads up, I did make an entire YouTube channel dedicated just to science videos, daily dose of science. If science is what you love, if you love learning stuff, this is the channel for you. If you don't like learning stuff, then stay right here, I guess on this channel right here. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.